Hello everybody, it's Philly Kuts with the comic book haul, the Hump Day haul, number 30. Number 30, folks, where I bring to you my picks of comics for the week. It's a shorter stack than usual, folks. I only got 6 books this week, partially because I'm sitting out the Convergence event, DC's massive shutdown of their universe, telling these convergence stories, these 2-issue convergence stories. I don't know, there's something like 26 of them or something. I don't even know. But it's definitely going to make me save some pennies here. And I got to tell you, folks, I almost didn't make this video because I've been a little under the weather. I don't know, I think I had food poisoning yesterday or something. It was something I ate, and oh my god, man, I was down for the count. I'll spare you the details, but it wasn't looking good, and I certainly wasn't feeling good. And the funny part is I'm trying to retrace my steps and figure out what I might have ate that, you know, made me get this affliction. And I don't know. I went to Chipotle that day. I had a chicken bowl. And then I made some, I forget what it's called. It's like this herb or this grain, quinoa and black beans. And I put black beans over it because I'm trying to eat less meat. And I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was like the black beans, because I was reading up about food poisoning, and it says sometimes if you eat spoiled canned good, you would develop the food poisoning within 6 hours. So I'm thinking that that might have been it. But anyway, I don't know. I'm still feeling a little woozy. So just letting you guys know that's where I'm at in this haul. But thankfully it's going to be a short one. So from Marvel Comics, I got Darth Vader, number 4. Didn't appear to be any shortages this week. It seemed to be a speculator-free week for Darth Vader. I'm enjoying this series so far. In the last issue, we were introduced to a bunch of new characters. We were introduced to 2 new droids that are very similar to C-3PO and R2-D2, except these droids are torturers, and they're sadistic, and they enjoy torturing and killing people. And as you can see in this issue, they get put to action. It's like 000, and I forget what the other one's name is. I think it's like NP or something. So they come across these droids on this other planet. You see them? And the R2-D2 guy just like tortures them all, and then laughs at them. Haha, you are on fire and also dead. So pretty sadistic. We also got introduced last issue to Dr. Aphra, who is a robot or a droid archaeologist, and she's going to be assisting Darth Vader with building his droid army. Basically, Darth Vader is out of the favor of the Emperor, because this takes place after the New Hope, after the destruction of the Death Star. Emperor's not happy with him about that. So Darth Vader's kind of no longer the second in command. He's been demoted by the Emperor, and I guess he needs to prove his self-worth again. But as a side mission, Darth Vader's, he's hired this Dr. Aphra to help him construct a droid army. Now, what he's going to do with that droid army, it hasn't really yet been revealed. I don't know if he's going to be poising to flex nuts against the Emperor or what. I mean, that wouldn't be consistent with the movies, but I guess we'll find out. Here's some more torture spoilers from 000. And he even seems like C-3PO, I'm 000, and I'm looking forward immensely to torturing you today. And he tortures this person. They don't really show it, and he gets the information that was needed out of that person. So he's a pretty good torturer. All right. Marvel Comics, again, Spider-Woman, number 6. I really feel like they're still trying to find the voice of Spider-Woman in this series. It does seem pretty comical at times. In this issue, it basically, the storyline is that C-level villains, not even C-level, I think they're like D-level or E-level villains, are getting kidnapped and are being forced to do things that they don't want to do. I guess not because they're being kidnapped, but because their family is being kidnapped. So these villains' family members are getting kidnapped, and they're being put in these positions where they have to do stuff. And Spider-Woman is hot on the trail trying to figure out who these people are that are kidnapping these villains' family. I mean, I guess it's a pretty interesting story. In the sense that I guess it's going to kind of humanize some of these villains, that they're not just going to be, you know, oh, it's the bad guys. So, I mean, I guess I'm a little interested to see how it goes, but I don't know. It seems like it's going to be a bit lagging coming off that whole Spider-Verse story arc, you know, like the first 4 issues of Spider-Woman were directly tied into Spider-Verse, so I guess that's a really tough act to follow. But, you know, I'm going to stick with it. I do like Spider-Woman. I like how she's written. Look at how they're playing with those blind effects again. Remember I pointed that out in the last issue of Spider-Woman? I don't know. This artist seems to really like this Rodriguez doing that blind effect. You know, again, Spider-Woman has a new costume. She drives a motorcycle. So we'll see how it goes. I don't want to say it's keep or sleep status yet, but I'm hoping that it does pick up. And then to just give you an indication of what some of these villains look like, I don't even know who they are. I mean, this takes place in NYC. That's her new home base. You know, she's no longer affiliated with the Avengers. She decided to leave the Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. in order to focus on lower-level street crime in the city. All right. Batman Arkham Knight #2. This is the prequel to the Arkham trilogy finale. That video game should be coming out, I believe, in June, although I heard it might have been delayed a few more weeks. Basically, in this issue, I guess there's a lot of Joker in here. And we were led to believe that he was dead. But this is called The Last Will and Testament of the Joker. And it kind of goes into the Joker messing with Commissioner Gordon. He seems to do that a lot, doesn't he? I think Gordon gets sprayed with some Joker toxin, Joker venom, and goes a little nuts. And Harley Quinn seems to be the only one in this issue who can help Batman with Commissioner Gordon being infected with the Joker toxin. And it shows a Harley Quinn without the whiteness, without the makeup, as we're so used to seeing her in her regular series. I kind of like that look for Harley Quinn. Harleen Quinn, all blonde and normal complexion. So it's kind of cool to see her like that again. And I'm really looking forward to reading this issue, as I did like the first one. I'm not sure. I know that this is a limited run. I'm not sure how many issues it's going to be. I think it's going to be like 5, maybe? I may be wrong. But I know that I think it's coming out twice this month, even. So I think in another 2 weeks, it's going to be coming out. But there's some, you know, classic Batman characters in here. There's Killer Croc. Penguin makes an appearance. So hope I didn't spoil too much. But, you know, Batman gets a little tied up there by Croc. And, you know, it just seems like a pretty fairly standard Batman story. You know, no big whoop. All right. On to the Mignola universe, and one of my favorite Mignola books is Abe Sapien. Scott Alley, Max Fumara, the artist, and Dave Stewart, the colorist. Abe continues to hang out with this cult that he's become a part of down on the Gulf Coast. He does battle with the cult's leader in this book, this Arbogast, who seems to have these great magic voodoo powers. He can raise the dead, make zombies come to life. He's just a bad cat, a bad character, and Abe Sapien has got to straighten things out. I mean, it's just got a classic look. I mean, look at that uppercut. I mean, these two really, really go at it in this issue. I believe it's the final story of this arc, I think. I'm not absolutely sure. But there's all kinds of demons and tomfoolery in this. You know, my favorite kind of stuff, people. My favorite kind of stuff. I love the demons. I love the magic. I love the alchemy. You gotta love it, man. Look at that. Coming out of the sky. Beelzebub looking mofos. You gotta love it. So Abe Sapien number 22. Probably my favorite Mignola book right now at the moment. I even like it more than BPRD, and I liked it even more than Hellboy in the BPRD 1952, which actually just finished up last week. All right, Joshua Williamson, one of the hottest writers in comic book land. Birthright number 6 came out today. And Mikey and his brother continue their voyage, I don't know, across America or whatever. I mean, you learn a lot of stuff in this issue. Their father has been recaptured by the FBI. So now it's just Mikey, who's this guy here, and his brother are left by themselves. Mikey has nightmares, freaks his brother out. His brother wakes him up in the middle of the night, and he puts a knife to his, knife to his throat. I mean, could somebody say PTSD issues? I mean, I almost thought he was going to slit his throat there, but thankfully he didn't. And then you get a nice glimpse of this character, who I'm not going to reveal who it is, but check out how badass that is. One of these crazy people in Torinos. Look at that. He's got maggots, like a maggot beard. Gnarly looking crown made out of twigs. Maggots falling off. I mean, that's just so cool. So cool looking. I don't want to ruin it for you guys and let you know who that is. But Mikey is... There's a lot of ambiguity around Mikey. Like, what are his real intentions? How good is he? What does he want with his brother again? And it leaves a lot of questions. There's this awesome sequence where they're out in the woods and they're about to get attacked by a bear. Okay? You see this? They're about to get attacked by a bear. Mikey kind of calms his brother down, tells him, don't try to scare the bear. Don't try to make yourself bigger. Just, be docile. Chill out. And the bear responds to that. And as you can see, the bear is cuddling up to him. Cuddling up to Mikey. And then all of a sudden, Mikey, spoiler alert, boom, knife through the head. Knife through the cranium. So it kind of raises these questions. Like, what is up with Mikey? Because they weren't in any danger anymore. The bear was docile, wasn't causing a problem, and then look at what he did. Somebody's got to notify PETA, man. What the hell's going on here? So I just think it's interesting that these questions are kind of raised, and there's also this weird growth that's appearing on Mikey's shoulder, and I don't know, what connection this has to the first page of the book, where you see this woman with a similar kind of growth on her face, and it looks like there's an eye there. So yeah, I'm just, trying to connect the dots and make the connections, people. So leave it to Joshua Williamson to always keep you thinking on your toes, right? All right, and then the final book of the pull, and this is going to be my shortest comic book haul ever, I think. Nameless, number 3. That killer asteroid continues to make its descent down to Earth. It's an old Mayan asteroid. Oh, what's the name of it? I always forget the name. I always forget the name of this stupid asteroid. Oh, it's like a Mayan name, too. Oh, my God. When am I going to learn to take notes, people? When am I going to learn to take notes? Anyway, you're just going to have to trust me. Anyway, these spacefaring brethren make their descent to the asteroid, and they actually explore this asteroid because I guess there's all kinds of tunnels and a whole network system within this asteroid. So you can see there's kind of their ship. There's kind of, looks like the symbol of a skull, doesn't it, when you really look at that? So this asteroid is like teeming with, it looks like buildings on it, and there's a whole network of tunnels underneath it. So I'm really curious as to what they're going to find. It almost kind of reminds me of like Prometheus or something, you know, like Strangers in a Strange Land kind of thing. You know, what's going to happen next, or like The Abyss, you know, like one of those movies. And it looks like all sorts of like freaky shit happens. Some of them get like contaminated. The artwork is okay. I'm not really that big of a fan. It's Chris Burnham. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. Like in some panels, it looks really cool, like right there. But then in other panels, I don't know. It kind of just doesn't look that hot, you know. So I kind of have like mixed reviews about the artwork. I mean, it's written by Grant Morrison, who is basically a god in the comic book world. But I mean, it's okay so far. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna see how it goes. I think it's like 7-issue, like a 7-issue run. So we're getting near the halfway point, and I'm just curious to see where this goes. And I'm real curious to read this issue. And it's called Into the Burrows. Alright guys, so sorry this was shorter than usual and not as upbeat as my normal comic book hauls, but I am really getting back from being under the weather. And hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow. I finally actually just started eating today, and if you know me, I love to freaking eat. So you know that when I can't eat, I'm not doing well. So, alright brothers, let me know what comic books you got. Cover of the week. Boy, this is kind of a tough one because I didn't get very many, and they're not the best covers. Jeez. I don't know. My lord. This one's just like the token week. Well, I think the Nameless one looks kind of cool. Check that out. He's like falling away, an eye looking at him like a creature, and there's his hand, and he's just falling away. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, Philly Kuts with another comic book haul. Alright dudes, peace, and I'll see you next week.